Following developments from the war in Ukraine, the United Nations Secretary General is calling for a ceasefire by Russian forces. He made that demand during a meeting with Russian leaders this morning in Moscow. The UN chief also wants to reduce the fighting's impact on global food insecurity. Later today, he's expected to meet with Vladimir Putin to discuss the matter further. Despite calls for peace, Russian forces are continuing to target Ukraine, including western areas.
Cities like Odessa and Lviv are getting more rockets, missiles, and artillery shells coming their way. And just yesterday, a Russian missile strike started a fire at a rail station near Lviv.
Joining us now from Lviv is my old classmate, Joel Wasserman. He's an American living in Ukraine. It's good morning for us, Joel, but good afternoon to you. But the most important one, my friend, is how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Thanks so much for having me. As you were saying, the bombardments across the country have they've definitely been escalating. I believe yesterday we did have a missile fall on a train station around Lviv. But the air defense forces here have been doing a heroic job, and it's not often that the Russians manage to get anything through.
Man, that is good news. You know, is it constant? I'm just trying to imagine being you, right, Joel? I'm trying to put myself there. I mean, is it every day you wake up and you hear sirens? You look around when you go walking outside. I mean, is it that severe where you are in Lviv, or have things started loosening a little bit where it feels a little more like normal life?
So I definitely say here in Lviv, you got a lot more of a more normal life. We still get air raid sirens maybe a few times a day, but those air raid sirens are usually for very broad areas. Sometimes the whole country will light up with a siren at once because they just don't know where the aircraft or the missile or whatever is headed for. Lviv has definitely gotten a lot more normal since the last time I spoke with you folks. The downtown, absolutely bustling with cafes and restaurants are full. We still have a curfew here, but they moved that back from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. As of a few weeks ago, they are allowing the sale of alcoholic beverages in stores and restaurants again, which is good because that was restricted earlier on in the war. And my girlfriend and I had to rely on the stash of homemade wine we had bought from before the war.
Well, glad you guys had that in reserve. Look, we were looking at the way the war has played out, and looking about 2 weeks ago, a little more, when the Russians pulled out of areas near Kyiv, the capital, and they kind of refocused the efforts, it was looked at as a major win because originally the Russians thought they would be able to come right into the capital. The war would be over in a matter of days. And after that, we've actually seen Ukrainians coming back into the country, more so than Ukrainians leaving. How did the mood change once that Russian withdrawal happened?
I think it was a huge boost to morale because, I mean, the Ukrainians won a huge battle. The capital held. Basically all Russian forces were expelled from the north of the country. On the one hand, there was, a great feeling of victory because they won that battle. On the other hand, it was very soon met with absolute horror and tragedy because we started to see what happened in the localities, in the villages, the towns, and even the little settlements where the Russians had occupied, places like Bucha, Irpin, Borodyanka, and Trostyanets in Sumy Oblast, further to the east. People are definitely confident that we can win this war, and given the performance of both the Ukrainian armed forces and the Russian armed forces, there's very real reason for that confidence. If you heard the statements out of Defense Secretary Austin yesterday, he was using the word win a whole lot. That's what I believe the United States government sees in the aid that it's providing, and that's absolutely what the Ukrainian people say: winning.
Joel, those are good words. Those are powerful words, and they inspire
Absolutely.
hope. I would think to you and to those around you. And with all this good news, are there still times during the day and during the week where it's stressful and where you still kind of are concerned and worried for what could happen the rest of the day, what could happen tomorrow? I mean, do those thoughts still kind of go through your mind, or at least through your neighbors' minds?
I guess earlier in the morning is when the past few times that missiles have fallen or missiles have arrived in the area, it's been around the same time in the morning that you guys have right now. So around like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and so if we get an air raid siren around that time, it's a little bit more stressful. But people are pretty confident in their safety here in Lviv, and that's, I believe, why a lot of people have been confident enough to return to the country, because while unfortunately there are, a missile could fall anywhere, and people could be killed by missiles anywhere. There were unfortunately 7 people killed, I believe, a bit more than a week ago, and a number of people injured in a missile strike on Lviv, including a 3-year-old child who was injured. But I mean, that's what you live with in a war.
Yeah.
And I mean, here in Lviv, at least, we've definitely returned to whatever it is you can call normal life in wartime.
Joel, I do want to ask you, you mentioned that we're using the word win now and that there has been more confidence, morale is higher. Looking at the U.S. aid, though, the most recent $165 million in ammunition, 300 more to support the economy there. But is it enough? Because we've heard from President Vladimir Zelensky they need more. But what's your opinion? You're an American living in Ukraine. Is America doing enough to support the Ukraine?
I think that the humanitarian situation is still experiencing a great deal of shortages. I traveled to a humanitarian distribution point last week, and they're still relying on the proceeds of food drives in Europe, which is not where you want to be at this point. There are shortages of supplies and even shortages of some military supplies. If folks are interested in helping, I would say it's the smaller level efforts that have really been doing a good job putting stuff in the hands of people who need it, both humanitarian and military supplies. There is an organization called United Help Ukraine, which is based in the Washington, D.C. area where I am from. And if your viewers would like to lend a helping hand directly to Ukraine, I recommend that they check out United Help Ukraine on Facebook and contribute to their efforts.
Well, Joel, I appreciate your time. You taking that to be with us here. We would talk with you all day, but stay safe, my friend. Be well, and continue to keep morale up here. I know that we're all thinking of you back here in the United States.
Thanks so much for having me. Slava Ukraini.